Whoa, I don't know what this.
All right, we're live, woman.
Yeah, I haven't seen this.
We are live.
Hey.
How are you guys doing out there? This is Robert.
And Kyra.
And that is Kyra.
Evenly Yoked TV.
And this is Evenly Yoked Television. Lord. Okay, well that right there exactly is what we're going to be talking about today.
No,
and about why you absolutely must submit and fall under the good leadership of a good man, especially in situations like this, in my opinion. My wife has not seen this video yet. I have. It's an Atlanta woman who got arrested in a park. I think the best way to describe it is to go ahead and let you see the video. But she got arrested in the park by the police. You know, there's a little brutality going on there, but we'll give our opinion on it a little bit after we've seen a bit of it. But if you guys could comment, like, and subscribe, support what we do. We enjoy having these conversations.
Yes, we do.
Ain't that right?
Yeah, we love.
All right, so let's go ahead and
Okay.
cue up this video.
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Hello.
All right. Well, I see the Ohio time. I'm not sure if y'all from here or not, but you can't be inside the park in the city of Atlanta between the hours 11 p.m. 6 a.m.
Okay.
You got your IDs on you?
Mm-hmm.
You have your IDs on you?
Yes.
I'm gonna need them. You have your ID now? All right, just stand by. I'll be right back with you.
Well, they're not from there, remember?
What is it? Oh, it's in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
But wouldn't that mean you should probably have a hotel room then? Or staying with somebody? Where the officer would?
Hi guys, this is Justin Jankowski from Golden Eagle Log and Timber Homes. I want to walk you through this beautiful...
She's not signing it. Put your hands behind your back.
Sorry?
Oh, so they must be saying they clipped out the part where he was asking her about the ticket and stuff. He's just trying to give him a ticket right now.
What's the badge number?
And she's asking for the badge number and all that stuff.
Okay, I'm asking again.
And I'm not giving it to you.
Okay.
Are you going to sign it?
No, because I want your badge number.
That's fine.
Well, yeah, I can see where I think the part they clipped out was she was asking him for his badge number and his name and all of that. He explained to her his name. It was Officer Brooks or something like that. Mm-hmm. And he asked her and he told her twice. And then she's going to go into it and say that he's going to tell her that if they don't sign the ticket, because they asked if they have a choice whether or not to sign the ticket. If they don't sign the ticket, then they have the right to take them to jail. So that's how that winds up playing out like that. Mm-hmm. And originally, she's going to tell him that she's not going to sign the ticket until he's actually, progressing a little bit further. So we'll see what goes on next.
Yeah, I mean, I should be able to get the badge.
She gave it to him twice.
But he just said I'm not doing it.
He already did.
Want to put your hands behind your back for me?
Yeah,
Hey, listen, my man. She said she's not signing it. Put your hands behind your back.
Sorry?
There's nothing.
You're hurting me.
Okay. I'm asking you to put your hands behind your back.
Sir?
Put your hands behind your back. Start me, baby.
Sir?
Man, put your hand behind your back.
Can you...
Come on. I need you to back up.
I'm just saying, like,
I need you to back up.
You don't need to touch her like that.
She's not putting her hands behind her back.
I'm asking a question.
Okay.
All I'm doing is
Put your
asking
hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your
Mr.
back.
Brooks.
You're under arrest. Put your hands behind your back. I asked you to sign the ticket. You told me you're not signing it.
But, sir,
Put your hands behind
I'm
your back.
asking you a question.
Okay. I'm letting you know. I'm not going to ask you again.
See,
I'm
this
going
is
to
the
forcefully
thing
put your hands
sometimes
behind your back.
But, sir,
You can't
Mr.
really
Brooks.
talk to them.
Well,
When they ask you to do something, you got to just do it.
right. That's not. Listen. It's the same thing that we teach our kids and all of that. You don't fight police like out in the street. You fight police in the court. While you're out there, you need to do what they tell you to do. And
do things within the rights that you have.
Within the rights that you have, and sometimes even without the ones you do, because at the end of the day, if you fight a police officer out in the street, it doesn't matter if they're right or wrong. They are judge, jury, and executioner in the street.
Yeah, you gotta get on.
They are judge, jury, and executioner in the street.
Like we say, we want to live to fight it. Yeah.
If even if they're acting irrationally, you have no chance. You have no chance. So you you don't. Tell me you got a chance.
I mean, you don't, especially if you don't want to go shooting a cop, because that's not.
Yeah, they're gonna make you wrong one way or the other.
Make you wrong one way or the other. So.
They're gonna do their best to make you wrong.
Yeah. I'm just confused. I'm a little confused on how we got here. So.
I'll find another video that don't have that part clipped out.
Is this really necessary? Mr. Brooks,
Hold on. Hey, listen, my
She
man.
needs to
Back
put.
up.
She needs to put her. Let her
Can I-
put her phone. Let
Okay, you can put your phone down.
okay,
Let her put it.
Mr.
She's trying to
Brooks.
give her a chance to offer.
Yeah, he being a little ridiculous.
Put your hands behind your back.
At that point, I disagree, but you gotta see.
I'm not saying that I'm refusing to sign the ticket. I'm going to
No.
sign the ticket.
You don't have an option now.
Because but I'm going to sign the ticket, Mr. Brooks. I'm going to sign the ticket. I'm going to sign the ticket.
No, I'm not here to play games with you.
I know, but I'm going to sign.
Put your hands behind your back.
Mr. Brooks, I'm going to sign it.
Hands behind your back.
Why am I
You're acting resistant.
I'm
just
asking
the
you,
act.
why am I putting my hands behind my back?
You're under arrest.
I'm going to sign the ticket, but why am I under arrest? Why am I under
running away
arrest?
from
I'm
you?
going to sign the ticket. I'm going to sign the ticket, Mr. Brooks.
That's all it is.
I'm going to sign the ticket.
I asked you to sign the ticket. You told me you're not signing
I'm
it.
going to sign the ticket now. Mr. Brooks, I'm going
You
to
don't
sign
have
the
that
ticket.
option now.
Now
Why
you-
don't I have the option,
Because I
Mr.
gave you
Brooks?
two options.
She was just asking for your badge number.
I'm asking for your badge number, and I wasn't clear on why you weren't giving me
Yeah,
your
I should be
badge
able to ask for
number.
your badge number.
You told her twice. That's the part you're missing. So let me
Mr. Brooks,
try to find
I'm
it.
telling you that I'm going to sign the
Put your
ticket.
hands behind your back.
I'm going to sign the ticket, Mr. Brooks.
I mean,
I'm going to sign the
I
ticket.
appreciate
Why
you
am I
not
being
shooting
arrested?
him.
Can you please tell me?
He's black.
right away.
Why would he have shot him? He's black.
Because unfortunately, a lot of times it's, as we've noticed, you know, get all this conversation. Somebody convicted.
Sir, you don't have.
Really?
Sir, you do not have to hold her like that.
Online.
Yeah, I think
That
the
was
best
about a
video
couple
was
of
the one I
minutes.
had.
She then says she'll sign the ticket, but the officers are upping safety patrols around city parks. They say as for the woman's arrest,
Let's get a little
that
summary
turned
from her.
physical. It happened at a city park. Officers say a man and woman were there after hours, but they claim the video posted online, that was about a couple of minutes. They say that doesn't show the full story, so they released the full body camera footage. It was about an hour long. This full video shows an officer issuing the citation at Shady Valley Park on Monday. The man signs the ticket, the woman does not. She asks the officer for his badge number and he gives it. When she continues to refuse, the officer tells her she's being arrested. She then says she'll sign the ticket, but the officer says it's too late. You see here, things got a little dicey. They ended up on the ground tussling, and she refused to put her hands behind her back. Atlanta police say they are upping safety patrols around city parks. They say as for the woman's arrest, quote, the officer clearly intended to issue a citation and let them leave the park. But several decisions that were out of APD's control resulted in a physical altercation. A lot of people still talking about this one online. We're going to go deeper. Coming up in the next half hour, more on why some still believe this situation could have been
So that
avoided.
kind of give you a better summarization of the part that they clipped out of there. You already seen that.
Unnecessary. What are you doing? This is over so.
Ma'am,
You're hurting me.
okay.
Did he push
I'm
you
asking you
to
to
the
put your hands behind your back.
Sir,
Put your hands behind your back. Stop me, man.
sir.
Ma'am, put your hand behind your
I
back.
don't understand why she's
Acting
stopping. Like
resistant.
Why she stopped him where?
why she's stopping and looking like he just asked you to do
Because she's going into an act now. Because before she just had a little attitude. Before she had her attitude, and she didn't think that he was going to do that.
something. Yeah, she had. Well, I saw the attitude when he came over there. Like the man gave his ID, and at first she didn't give hers,
Yeah. Well, I
and
mean,
then she was like, "Okay, well now I'll go get mine."
well, yeah. That's why we tell you. That's why I tell you all the time. You can't. You can't have
He
that
should have
attitude.
been like, "Hey, you need to get your ID." He told you to get your ID.
Yeah. And that's the other thing as far as that man is
You know,
concerned.
like he was hush hush. But I
Is
get
that-
it as a black man. You
No,
don't
no,
want to
no.
make too many movements.
No. It doesn't matter if that's your woman or whatever, and you were out and about. If that was us in that same situation, I would tell you to get your ID, sign the ticket, and we'll fight it later. Like we're not fighting it out here, and you're not about to be causing no scene, and you're not about to give this man no kind of reason to act irrationally at all.
But let me just say this too, though. As we've known and as we've seen, you know, God rest all the people that are gone from us that did comply, that did, you know, not act irrationally. So we know still it doesn't always mean that will come out good. And when is it, you know, your rights and having some kind of like line, like you're not gonna go over my rights and things or treat me any kind of way.
You can't base the way you act on things based off of the microcosm of situations. And I know that the microcosm of situations is that police do not just shoot you just for no reason. They don't just shoot you for no reason. Even black people. That's a microcosm. How many black people do you know that's got pulled over, and how many of them do you know that's lived to tell about it? Almost all of them. Almost all the people you know.
Yeah,
So what I'm trying to say is that you cannot say, hey, because I saw this one video, I'm gonna act based off this one video. The common safety is gonna be that you comply and then you fight it in court. That's the common safety.
Yeah, I just think we've seen and we know that that's not always okay. And sometimes you have to comply to things that are outside of right.
Yeah.
Comply to things that are outside of your rights.
Right.
Comply to things that are outside of your
Absolutely.
physical well-being.
Absolutely.
Like, and I totally get it. Like, we tell our boys, hey, come home. The
go.
ultimate thing is we want you to come home.
Absolutely.
And then we'll deal with your therapy. We'll deal with, you know, all this other stuff later. Like, what even if it's the case of you're saying comply? I mean, I get it. Like, this case was just, I don't know. Maybe she was drunk or something. She was just.
It don't matter what she is.
She was being ridiculous. And I won't say she was ridiculous. I just think she was trying to fight at a time where there was no fight. Like, it was just.
It was nothing. It was
yeah,
a
like
citation.
because for one, you were already in the wrong being in the park late at night.
Right.
You know.
Should have just said, my bad.
You know, y'all could have
my
just
bad,
stayed in the car and did what you did and kept driving, or like I don't get it. There was only one car, so why are y'all outside of the vehicle?
Well, it don't matter. They said they were from out of town. They could have been trying to sleep or
Outside of the vehicle?
No, I'm talking about just chill out for the night or something like that until the morning time so they can drive. But it doesn't really matter why they were there. What really matters is how they handled the situation once he got there. Like, this is what appears to be another black officer. So I mean, you shouldn't really be tripping that hard off of that, number one. Even though sometimes they be trying to prove themselves to everybody else.
But it didn't seem like he was. I mean,
but
he don't always
he
get
treated
the whole story,
before this, and I see that this part of the video has been clipped out, or the part of the video that we're talking about has been clipped out. But he was a very respectful officer. He wasn't tripping on him. He wasn't whipping out his weapon. He wasn't doing all that until she was resisting. And unfortunately, it's just like when I used to work mall security back in the day, and I used to tell my wife all the time, I'm coming home. I don't care what nobody say. So if somebody want to rob and steal a CD or something like that out the mall, and if it's got to be between me or them, it's gonna be me. It's gonna be me, and then we can work the rest out in court if need be. And I understand that from because I worked in situations like that. Now, if you want this same black man, what if she had a gun and she was aggressive? What if he did? You don't know these people when you're doing this job.
Right.
And
you
if
don't
people
know
are
anybody
not,
when you're out in
if
the
people
street,
are not
like
compliant and people are not doing what you ask them to do, you don't know. They could be on drugs. They could be crazy. Just like you don't know that police. He could be on drugs. He could be crazy. You don't need to be acting crazy around people you don't know.
Right. Yeah, you don't know people. And you don't know people's state of mind. But yeah, and like I say, but you say who knows what they were doing.
It don't matter.
I mean, clearly, like, they were out of the car, they were in the car together, and they were just out there like loving up on each other.
But why do it matter?
But this is my point. Is I'm saying like, you could have, you started something that didn't need to be started. Like you could have been in the car doing that. You could have been at your hotel or your family members.
They might not have had no money for a hotel. That's why I'm saying all that don't matter.
What if
they came to him at the hotel?
It does matter in the case of you started an issue that you didn't have to start. Like you're not right, no way, shape, form.
But what if where they're from? What if where they're from? It's okay to be at the park after dark.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's my point. It doesn't matter when the police come and the police come to check you. Then you need to be checked. And if there's a problem, then like I said, you fight it later. You don't fight it there because that could have went way worse.
There's any right ways that police are supposed to check people?
Yeah,
like they just supposed to.
And
just
he did it.
Check them.
No, he did it the right way.
Yeah, like
this police did it the right way.
He did. It seems like he did it.
He did it the right way. You know what he did? He did it without putting a bullet in her back. He did it without putting his knee on her neck.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, if you're not going,
he had to totally grab her.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I didn't seen, like I said, I used to work at the mall and stuff like that. I didn't seen how police really, if they don't really care about how you if they don't really care about hurting you, it's gonna be bad. They're gonna put their knee in your back if you don't put your hands behind your back when they're trying to handcuff you. And that and if you've never experienced something like that, then you go lay on the ground and you let a 250-pound man put his knee in the middle of your back and see how that feels, because that's how they're trained to do it. If you don't comply, right. They are trained to put their knee in your back in order for them to get your hands behind your back if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Right. And he didn't do none of that. This guy was very nice and very patient. And I'll point out another situation, safety-wise, for that officer. There were no other officers around when he initially was trying to detain this woman. And the man is standing there still. That man is still dangerous as long as you have to deal with this woman.
Right. And I mean, officers go out and do a dangerous job. We get it. But we, as the people, now we feel almost that we have to police the police. Because a lot of them are, they're dangerous to us.
Okay.
So I get that these two people were dangerous to him, but those two people were also thinking and feeling that because this cop does have all these rights, and like you're saying, hey, I can basically do what I want to, how I want to, when I want to, that he's dangerous to us. Like there could be a car full of people and you see one cop roll up, everybody's scared. Everybody's nervous.
So what do you do?
Is what I'm saying.
So what do you do?
I'm just saying it's both sides are somewhat nowadays at the place dangerous to each other. So she was probably on the alert. Like, hold on, I don't want this cop to be like, what are you doing? Like, don't do something that we've seen before. Like, I'm
gonna be real with you. When you
I don't think she handled it the right way, but she was clearly on alert. Like, and a lot of times, sometimes us women, we don't know how to put emotion aside and think.
That's what that man is for.
And well, clearly he don't know how to speak.
No, because
bless the Lord.
No, he done seen one too many of these videos as well, and he's like, that ain't about to be me on the ground. And and right there, I hope they both learned a valuable lesson, because they both should be trying to break up with one another after that video.
No.
Yeah, they should.
No, yeah, they should be trying to have a conversation.
No, because she should be like, man, this man didn't put me on a good enough guidance to let me know that I need to shut up and sign a ticket. I just need to shut up and sign the ticket. There's nothing to it.
They wouldn't have even got a ticket. Probably she would have just gave her ID.
No, because he told her, the police told her that you can either sign the ticket or go to jail. She said, I'm not signing the ticket. And then he said, okay, well, I'm going to arrest you.
Well, and then what I'm saying is they wouldn't have maybe got to the ticket if she would have just gave her ID, right?
No. They were getting the ticket one way or the other.
Oh, they were?
Yeah, they're getting the ticket.
Oh.
Yeah, they're getting the ticket one way or the other.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He decided he was going to give him a ticket. But after he decided he was going to give him the ticket, it don't matter.
Yeah, after he decided there was a ticket, yeah.
So you want to get drug all across the ground because you got to sign a ticket?
I'm gonna sign it now.
Right after you getting drug all across the ground, then you want to do what you're supposed to do,
but
and that's the problem.
Dragging across the ground was not.
She's getting drug across the ground because she will not put her hands behind her back. If you just went ahead and did it, then it would have been much more painless.
But let me ask you this though: is signing or not signing a ticket really necessary for me to have to put my hands behind my back?
No, but just like when you tell your children that if you don't comply and you don't listen to what I tell you to do, then you have to elevate. You have to elevate force.
But what was the danger in them? Like,
what do you mean? What's the danger? If you're a police officer,
right?
What's the danger in somebody not listening to what you say about the law?
Yeah, and I guess we didn't do any research. We didn't do any research on the law and everything like that.
Hold on. I want you to put yourself in that situation.
Okay.
You put yourself in a situation where you're out at the park.
Right.
Let's say 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know how late that video was. You're the police officer. You're out there by yourself. You see these two people, and you're saying, "Hey, I need you to give me your ID and sign this ticket." Nope, I ain't signing the ticket.
Yeah,
what you gonna do?
Yeah, you're being a little.
No, what you gonna do?
What do you mean?
What are you gonna do next, police?
Well, I'm not trained as a police.
No, I'm asking you, what are you gonna do next, police? Because you seem to think that that's unnecessary. It's unnecessary to arrest somebody.
My thing really is, how did they get to the ticket part? Like, why do you have to give them a ticket?
Because
why couldn't he just have told them, like he was saying in the beginning?
He probably
hey, you're not supposed to be here. Get in your car, leave.
He probably could have.
Just that simple. So why did he get to the ticket?
But
just get back in your car. Let me see your ID. Okay, cool. Get back in the car. Leave.
And another thing, I don't know how much control they have over these body cams, but let's say for instance it's live,
and I don't like that it was cut out. Yeah.
Let's say that it's live and you can't cut the body cam off. He could be getting citation or he could be getting reprimanded himself for not giving people tickets if he does for finding people in these situations.
True.
I don't know if that's the case or not,
but
that could
that's
be
the
happening.
thing. It was cut out.
He might have had,
and that's why you can't tell.
None of that was even in there. I watched the whole video.
So it wasn't cut out?
No, but not when I watched it. No.
Oh, okay.
None of that was cut out when I watched it.
But now it's cut out. Wonder why?
No, because people just want you to see what they want you to see, and they want you to be all in uproar about a police doing something. So you can be scared.
Oh, so you think now it's
because that's because that is the agenda.
It's to make us all get in our arms
for real
and not check each other.
Because listen to this. I've been pulled over for speeding and etc. Traffic violations, stuff like that, at least 10 times in my life.
Yeah,
and I have never ever had no bad situation with the police.
But it don't
I take it back. I have had one where I felt like somebody was acting a little bit irrational. But even then, I wasn't in fear of my life. I was a child then. I was 16, 17 years old. But at the end of the day, those good or not bad situations with the police far outweigh the ones that you see on television. What happens is they propagandize things on television, and they show you the specific one. For all these videos that you see like this, where it's like this, you can go and you can if you Google it, you can find way more police brutality than that.
I was gonna say, yeah, because there's a lot that's not that the media doesn't.
Right. So why do you think? Why do you think this goes viral?
Like people that protest and that are really in these streets, actually really working hard against the police brutality. They don't just go on the one that got to the mainstream. They're fighting for the ones like There's a lot of it. Like we said, we live in North Carolina. And in a bigger city here, like it happens all the time. It happens all the time.
I remember it wasn't George Floyd. I want to say it was after Philando Castile had passed or something like that, after he got killed. And I remember we went to the barbershop. Me and my sons went to the barbershop, and they had a list of all of the black men who had got killed by the police in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Yeah. Don't know if I was supposed to say exactly where we was from, but we're from Fayetteville, North Carolina. And there was at least 20 names on the list for within 5 years. Yeah. At least. Yeah. At least. It's happening way more. Why do you think the ones you see are the ones you see? People are pushing it in front of you on purpose for a reason.
Well, if there's so many more, don't you think we should know?
Yeah.
So that we can fight, so that we can actually have a...
Yeah, absolutely.
Because think about this. Like, this is not nothing new. What was his name? In Los Angeles. This is not new. Like we said, we know It's not
What are
new.
you talking about, Rodney King?
Yeah, Rodney King.
Yeah, all
Before then, I mean,
all
I
that's
think
gonna
Fresh
happen.
Prince of Bel-Air did a. I mean, everybody's done. Family Matters has done an episode. And I'm thinking about that because me and the boys were just recently watching like
All
last
that's
night.
going to happen.
Family Matters.
But
So
let me also bring up this point real quick. My one of my big things is that I, as a black person, I'm not going to be out here marching and protesting for you if you're not going to if you're not going to comply with what the police officer's saying, especially if he's a very he's a very cordial, level-headed police officer like this one was in this particular case.
Right.
Very cordial, level-headed, and he's a black man and all of that. So he wasn't trying to put this girl on the ground. He didn't have a choice. In my opinion, based off what I've seen in this video, I'd have put her on the ground too. And honestly, I don't play. I'm not playing around with you being able to, like that black man when he seen his woman getting thrown on the ground, he could have got pissed off and attacked me.
But he did, like, he was real calm.
No. The black man,
the black man is what I'm saying. He seemed very calm.
The black man knew exactly how to capitulate and fold up when the police came around. He knew exactly.
Yeah,
he knew exactly that he didn't want to have no bullet in his back.
No.
He knew he didn't want to have no knee on his neck, didn't he?
Yeah, like and all he was saying was, you ain't got to push her like that.
A lot of times,
hold her like that.
A lot of times, this is why I say women need to learn how to submit to authority in these situations.
But you can't submit to something that's not
with your man or with the police. Any situation of authority, you need to learn how to submit. Really, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, people in general.
No, period.
Have to be able to
because if you don't, I'm telling you, like if it was me, you're not about to have a pleasant experience with me either. If that was me out there.
Yeah, no.
You're not, because I don't know what that man can do. My backup's not here. No,
okay.
the other.
Officer.
If I'm an officer,
right,
and I'm trying to detain this woman,
right.
I'm detaining two people by myself.
Correct.
If I'm detaining two people by myself, honestly, I probably would have. I mean, if I had right to, if I could have, no, I would have. I would have detained the man first because I'm not scared of what she can do to me, but I'm scared of what the man can do to me.
Yeah, but this is the whole thing. Like I said,
if that man, while she was getting drugged all on the ground, if that man would have socked her, then what he would have done?
That shouldn't be the first.
It wasn't.
You always right. Exactly.
It wasn't the first thing. Stop acting like that, and it won't be the thing.
He should have. It should have just been and like I said, I don't know why they were not able to just see the ID and get in the car and leave.
Well, because as a police, again, when you are out in the streets and you are judge, jury, and executioner, you have the right as a police at that time to do whatever you feel is necessary.
But that's the thing. That's the problem too. Should they really have all of that?
No, that's not the problem too.
Should they really have all of that?
That's not the problem too. Do you feel like that Do you feel like there's a world you want to live in is a world without no police?
No, not to an extent, but I do believe it should be different. I think we should be able to police our own communities.
So when you police your own communities, what's going to be your rule? What you going to do if you catch somebody doing stuff that you think that they shouldn't be doing?
Yeah, you're going to have to check them. I mean,
so what do you want to do? Like, there's rules out here. This is not even like a bad rule. It's not even one like you got to fight against, like a stand your ground law. It's not even that.
Yeah, no. But
this is an easy.
There's warnings for a reason.
To me.
There's warnings for a reason.
He gave her a warning.
So that's what I'm saying. There could have just been. I don't understand why she didn't give her ID, and if she gave her ID, once she gave the ID, there was no need for a ticket. Like, just let him go.
But that's not for you to judge.
And like I said, I don't know.
You're not the police. You don't know if he has.
But how many times have you been in the wrong, like speeding or something? Mm-hmm. They give you a warning and you go on.
Yeah, sometimes
it's like the same thing. It's not a ticket.
Sometimes they do. Sometimes they don't.
It depends on their quota.
No, what it really depends on is that when you are out in these streets and you're dealing with police, you are in your livelihood and everything that's going on is up to their discretion at that point. You think that, you shouldn't have gave her a ticket. You can't say that. You can't say that. You see that little attitude she copped when she went to go get ID? I'm giving you a ticket. I'm giving you a ticket, and like I said, I hate to be one.
But why be like that? Just
I hate to be like that, but I'm giving you a ticket.
That's ridiculous. I'm sorry.
You want to be petty with me? You getting a ticket. If you'd have been respectful as soon as I
thank God
came
that
up,
He has us all in our
you're right. Oh,
right
you ain't
paces
even got to the
because-
part where she tried to pray this police's demons out of him.
Oh Lord, are you serious?
Well, yeah, well, I said we'll get to that part eventually, but I was like, man, why you don't pray that demon out of you? Like you the one up here acting like you can't sign a ticket and go home.
There's more. I thought.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's a long video. It's 40 minutes.
Yeah, you guys.
We'll skip through it a little bit. We ain't gonna watch this whole thing.
All I heard was crying.
I'm going to sign it.
I can't.
But now she want to sign the ticket and all of that.
So why am I getting? I'm not.
See, now while she resisting, getting drugged all on the ground.
Why I'm being arrested?
Okay.
All you gotta do is put your hands behind your back. It won't be that big a deal. She could have put her hands behind her back standing up.
Oh my God!
Because she wasn't on the ground at first. And yeah, I don't hear all that yelling and screaming either.
Yeah, I don't hear all that.
God, please, God.
Get in the car.
And see, that's the thing too. When they get to take your phone.
He was giving the phone to the boyfriend.
Okay.
They don't just take the phone.
Okay, I was like, I don't think we can.
Oh my God!
Sit up and get in the car.
Oh my God!
Oh, that doesn't look like a comfortable ride.
Oh my God!
You ain't never been back there? Back they used to like downtown, like when they do festivals and stuff like that, they bring the police cars out and they used to let you sit back there if you want to. I've been back there before. I'm not doing none of this because I'm not getting back in no police car like that. I ain't going to no jail cell.
I don't want to let my kids in the back of a police car.
I ain't doing none of that. It can help. It can put things in perspective for you. To keep
Yeah,
you
now
out,
we
keep you
did
out of
have to
silly
do that at one
situations.
time. Yeah. Somebody we know, we had to take him down there. See, now he got back up.
Now he does, but that whoever this person wasn't out there before.
No.
You sure? Alright.
Oh my God.
Put your feet inside.
I wouldn't even back there.
Oh, she crying.
Can I have my phone?
See
No,
how,
you can't have your phone. Sis.
see how easy she straightened that up when she want her phone?
You can't have
You see how easy she straightened that attitude when she want her phone though, right?
Well, she's
Wasn't
crying.
doing all that crying and screaming then, was she?
She's crying.
No, when she talking about that phone, she got good sense.
So does he get to go to his car and drive off?
He probably not do that at the station or something.
Bro, I told her several times if you don't sign it, you're going to jail. She said, I'm not signing it.
Now we got
Then when I
3
took the
cops
health
in.
council off,
She said that at
took the
first.
handcuffs out. Yeah, she wanted
Until you said you're going to jail, she didn't know that was the consequence of not signing the ticket.
oh, so me saying she's not going to jail wasn't enough?
She was asking why do I have
Now he told her. Now this is her boyfriend, I guess, over there explaining to the police that she didn't know. He told it. He said the same thing to the black man because the black man asked him, "Do we got to sign the ticket?" He said, "Yeah, you can either sign it or I'm gonna have to take you to jail." And he told her the same
I'm gonna
thing.
look that one up.
He told her
Or
the
if
same
anybody
thing.
knows, comment below.
Yeah, comment below, sure. But he told him and her, so she heard it twice. She heard it twice, but people don't want to hear this part of it.
Yeah, and it was, I guess,
People don't want to hear this part of it. You
we
just
didn't
think,
hear that part.
as a woman.
There's no video. There's no where
No,
it shows that.
I'm giving you that part of it because I'm telling you I saw that.
Oh, okay.
I saw that part of it last night.
Okay.
Before whatever this clip version is that we got. I saw it already.
Okay.
But women and men too, people be thinking that they can just go and say and do whatever they want and ain't gonna be no consequences. Somebody eventually gonna check you.
Right.
And that's just what happened with this police. He just pulled her card. She didn't think she was gonna get arrested because ain't nobody arrested her before. She might have been able to get a speeding ticket and flash a little bit of flesh and get off, or something like that. That's what happened over and over again until somebody decided to pull your card. You think you can have an attitude everywhere you go? You can't.
Yeah, no.
You can't.
But you don't know why she was, like I said, she was probably on alert for a certain reason.
I'm gonna tell you
With
just like
everything
this.
going on,
I'm gonna tell you just
she
like
was on
this.
alert.
I'm gonna tell you just like this. The same thing I tell my wife. The same thing I tell my children. When you go out in these streets, you have no idea who you are dealing with. It doesn't matter if you're standing in a grocery store talking to some random person, a homeless person. Like we live in a military town. All these people out here crazy, and they can shoot.
And they can shoot.
Everybody crazy, and they can
Everybody
shoot.
got guns.
So what I'm trying to say when I say that is that you don't need to be having no attitude with nobody unless you ready. unless you're ready to fight.
Right.
You want to fight? Anything can happen. You don't know. If you get in a car accident, you want to be pissed off and honking your horn at people because they cut you off and all of that. You want to play speed demon games with people. You don't know what they just did. They could have just did some meth or whatever. I don't even know what meth do to you. Cocaine, whatever. I don't know.
Whatever takes you
whatever
right
drug,
mind.
whatever alcohol, they could be doing anything over there. You think about this. Like if somebody cut you off or something like that, or you meet somebody in the street, let's say it was at, let's say you've been up for 10 hours. That other person been up for 10 hours too. It could be some lady who been getting her behind beat by her husband for the last 10 hours. And now she finally got out, right? You don't know what kind of mind state people are in.
Well, she's just trying to flee.
It doesn't matter. That's what you're not understanding, girl.
Like she's like, I'm trying to flee.
It doesn't matter. When you go outside and you've been sitting at the house, you go outside and you go talk to somebody, you have no clue what their life was just like.
You don't know.
You don't know. You don't know if you say, "Oh, I don't like that dress on you," and she just decided to haul off and punch you in the mouth. You don't know.
People are killing people over road rage.
I was just watching a Glendon Cameron video, and it was a lady. She was at McDonald's, and she got mad and started recording the people because they had gave her cold fries. She went on FaceTime with her son. Her son came up there and killed the boy.
Oh Jesus! Are you serious?
He came up there and shot the boy.
Did he die?
Yeah, boy dead over cold fries.
Over cold fries.
Over cold fries. You think you know who you dealing with when you go out in these streets?
She was putting that son on the
It don't matter. Now your son gone for the rest of his life. 20-year-old boy. 20-year-old boy and another probably young black boy dead.
They weren't both black, were they?
Yeah, they were both black. Of course. Who do you think is up here FaceTiming over some doggone cold fries?
Well, that didn't sound like
That sounded like a Negro moment. It didn't sound like a Karen moment. It
did sound like a
Karen moments be completely irrational and completely unreasonable. I think that you should complain over cold fries too, but not like that.
That's ridiculous.
But not like that.
He came up there and shot the person.
But that's not this video. Maybe we'll do another video on that.
Jesus.
Let's watch a little bit more of this footage real quick.
It don't matter.
Yeah,
It happened anyway.
I have to sign a ticket. You said it was just like, oh, you going to jail if you don't sign it. That's not a good explanation. Why you gotta sign a ticket?
But
I can't hear.
That's just saying. That's
Hold on. He just told him, man, that she was confused at that. He said, you going to jail if you don't sign it. That's not a good explanation of what's about to happen to you?
No, yeah.
That's not a good. I think that's a rather explanative description of what's about to happen to you.
You said what? It's like what?
An explanative.
Oh, okay.
Explanative
Check
description of what's about to happen to you. If you don't sign a ticket, you going to jail. But we don't really know what you mean by that. What's wrong? What is wrong with people?
I think he's just trying to defend.
Hey, too late, man.
Too late. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Too late. You gotta check that stuff ahead of time. We've had, like, me and my wife, we've had conversations like this before. She know exactly what to do. She know not to engage people out there like that.
Yeah, just know.
And if you in a situation that's like that, you come on to the house, and if I need to handle something, I'll handle something. As simple as that. You under no circumstance. And I don't know if my wife agree with this or not.
What?
But I know for a fact I've told her many times, under no circumstance are you to engage with a man out here.
Yeah, no. I can't go head and toe to toe.
Under no circumstance.
Now I do.
handle it.
I've had altercations where I've been a little crazy and.
Yep.
And
what did I tell you? Told you the same thing there.
And yeah.
Yeah, we could have had some man out here boo bop you on the head.
Yeah, God is
and
good.
then what you gonna do?
But those are because you get in the rage and not in the rage, you just get in the moment and you're like, you're gonna respect me, and even though I'm thinking, and a lot of some people were thinking it's words, but people don't just do words.
Nope.
Now. So yeah, that I know that situation specifically that happened to me. We pulling over to the side and all this stuff, and that could have totally went differently.
Could have got yourself killed.
I could have got me and my sister. It was me and my sister, and
y'all remember the bus driver uppercut that one woman? Y'all remember that?
No.
That was an internet viral moment. But that woman thought she could just sit there and yell and scream at this man, and ain't nobody ever gonna do nothing to you. He's a bus driver. He's an employee. But you think you about to sit around and treat people like that? You don't know how long this man sitting around here arguing with his wife. You don't know how long this man, he might be up here battling for custody to see his kids. You don't know what is going on with people, y'all. And everybody is a person. These
and that's
police
why
are
you gotta
people.
stay ready too, though.
These police are people. Everybody's people.
You got to stay ready.
Something could have been happening with them too. With them, the two black people that was getting the ticket. That's why the police have to act like they act when they come around you. They don't know
be
you.
on alert always.
They don't know you. All they know is you doing something that the city says you can't do. That's all they know. That's all they know when they pulling up on you.
But their whole objective should be to, what's it called, de-escalate.
I'm gonna tell you again. This man literally told you
Yeah,
that
I'm not
you
saying
either
he did
sign the
anything
ticket or you're going to jail. I don't think you could be no more playing. He was very nice. He gave this woman his badge number twice. He gave this number his last name twice. Just hit the play button.
Gotta make sure I'm hearing.
Consequence. That's not the same. All you had to say was like, we were just about to leave. We were leaving. You were coming to tell us the park's closed. Y'all got to get out. That's it. And then now you had to just drag her on the floor and hurt her.
She was resisting.
Over the park.
She was resisting.
You got like 6-7 cops over a park.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it's too little, too late, my guy.
Yeah, but I mean, he's making a good point. Like, just tell them to leave.
No, too little, too late. You should have been acting like that with your lady and told her, hey, you could just sign the ticket and we can go home. Stop tripping.
Yeah, but you gotta realize they don't want no ticket.
It don't matter. It doesn't matter.
And
so
you said it, but a ticket can
much the ticket cost?
spiral off of many things.
How much the ticket cost you?
It don't matter. Let's say they don't have the money to pay that ticket.
It don't matter.
Then they gotta lose their license.
It don't matter.
Then they can't drive.
Okay.
Then no, hold on.
Fair
It's
enough.
a trick.
Okay.
Then they can't go to their job.
Fair enough.
Then they can't make money.
Fair enough.
Then they can't keep
Fair
their
enough.
apartment or their
And
house.
I'm gonna tell you,
Now
I'm gonna tell it to you like this: if all of that stuff
It can
happens,
be multiple.
if all of that stuff happens, because I'm sure there's fine.
Trickle-down effects.
I'm gonna tell it to you like this: I'm sure if there's a fine attached to that ticket and that all those things could happen, I'm sure it was up under $1,000. I'm sure.
But that doesn't
So let
mean.
me show you something. The same way that you laid out all that negative stuff that can happen to you off this ticket, the same way, right? You could be like, hey, I'm gonna go DoorDash for a week and get $1,000 so that I can pay this ticket, so that I don't lose my house, so that I don't lose my car, so that I can still drive, so that I can still do all the things I need to do. So
Yeah, but everybody's situations are different.
No, you're either going to be a loser or a winner. What kind of mind state do you want to have? The one where you losing everything over $1,000, or the one where you step up and say, "Hey, I'm going home. I'm not getting drugged all over the ground for a couple $100 ticket."
See that he has some points.
He don't got no point.
His points are too late, too little.
He don't got no point.
His points are too late, too little.
Not to me.
Somebody getting shot right now. Y'all over here.
I know.
I mean, we didn't get any calls about anybody getting shot.
Okay, as soon as I just say he don't got no point, that is a good point.
Like all these cops over 2 people at a park.
It's probably people getting shot right now.
Right now.
It's probably people selling dope right now.
Like somebody might actually need you.
But you don't, like when you in the middle.
Like I count 4 or 5 cops, Robert.
But let me show you one more thing. The reason why they tell you that you can't be at parks and stuff like that late is because there's already a lot of negative activity that be happening around parks, and they want these places to be maintained for children and stuff like that. So if you're like, let's say for instance, if you're doing drugs and stuff like that, you leaving drug addicts and they leaving needles and paraphernalia and stuff like that, and your kids come out there and play and they step on a needle or something like that. That's what they're trying to avoid when they do things like this.
Right.
And I understand it thoroughly because we've had a few incidences at parks here in our area. So I understand the police in the parks. I get it. But yeah, just as soon as I say the man don't got no point. He did have a point.
He had a point right there.
I'm saying, well, apparently if they did, they wouldn't be there. Y'all wouldn't be there. Y'all be here.
Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cars, 4 police cars.
That's why you came over here and told us you was part of. Well, I think I don't really hold it if 2, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna run over and do that.
Look, he's smiling. Look, he's smiling. They like, this is funny. Really?
I would be like that too. And you know what? Shout out to all these black police these black police officers. Like all these dudes is black. But guess what? Guess what you gonna do? Like if I'm gonna be the police, you gonna respect it still. You're not about to be treating me different because I'm black. You're not gonna listen to the authority of a white police officer and not listen to mine.
True.
So I'm telling you, if I pull up on you and I'm the police, I'm not coming to play. I'm coming to do my job and go home. I want you to go home too. Sign the ticket. Do what you got to do. Let's go home.
But there didn't have to be a ticket.
And you keep saying, I'm sorry. And you keep saying that there don't need to be no ticket. But when there's no consequence for people's actions, they just do whatever they want. That if they didn't get no ticket, that's not going to deter you from not doing that again. It's not.
Warnings matter because they're in your record and stuff too.
It's not going to deter you from doing nothing. You're going to feel like you're above the law if you never get checked by it.
All you gotta do is sign the ticket.
She said I'm not signing it. It was Mason, and then y'all attorney, y'all lost me.
If you don't sign it, you're going to jail. Are you signing it? No. Then when I take the handcuffs off, oh no, I'm gonna sign it. No, I don't worry like that.
It wouldn't even go. I think it would have obstruction.
Yeah, I'll throw that on there.
What are we waiting on right now?
Police.
She's still in there.
I'm a cop.
Okay, but go to the.
What are you gonna do?
Go to what?
Go, like, take it to the.
We're about to take her to the hospital. But she's gonna start complaining about hurting. See, how sane she is when it comes to that phone.
You're in custody.
Can you give Mr. Nick my phone, please?
Yeah, I can give him your phone.
Can you please give him my phone?
That's fine.
Thank you.
See how sane she gets when it comes to that phone.
That took so much restraint, bro.
Oh my God.
I don't even play
oh
like
my
that.
gosh, when she asks about that phone.
Oh my God, please.
That's my thing with her.
To release it right now in the name of Jesus, Lord.
She said what?
Praying for this police.
Please, God, please. In the name of Jesus right now, Lord God. I pray that you help Mr. Bush, Lord God. I pray, Lord God, that anything that is on him right now, any demon that is possessing him, Lord God, that you release it right now in the name of Jesus, Lord God. Thank you, Lord God. Please, Lord God, please.
Now, one leg up.
Oh man, I'm glad she knows how to pray, but she shouldn't have been acting that way in the beginning.
I hate to act like that too,
I
but you
hate
should be
that.
praying that demon out of you, girl. Why are you acting like that to the
Like they
police?
say, we only want to pray when we need help.
There you go. She wasn't
that's
talking
the
about no
problem.
Jesus, get me out this ticket. What was she? She wasn't saying Jesus, why don't
That's
you
what she's
provide?
saying right
no,
there.
but no. Before all this happened, she wasn't saying, "Oh Lord Jesus, why don't you provide
Give me
me,
my right mind."
provide me with this man's name and badge number so that I don't have to go to escalate and get mad and go to jail."
Her asking for his name and badge was not the.
I don't think that's the problem either, but the way she went about it was the problem.
For her to ask, she should ask.
The way she went about it was the problem.
And now, truly, just devil's advocate, if she would have signed the ticket would have had his badge and his name on there.
See, now that is the sign of an intelligent woman.
Like, all the information would have been there.
If you see that, I don't know.
I'm understanding in the name of Jesus. Thank you, God.
Okay.
I pray for him right now, Lord God.
I go look for it.
Well, yeah, you know why I'm taking her to the hospital and
I'm not telling you that first one. I'm too good for something.
I don't think there's anything else really worth seeing in there.
That's all they said. You should have brought
And so he ends up taking her to the hospital.
Yeah, he winds up taking her to the hospital because she's complaining about her neck and her back not feeling good and all of that after she done got drug all on the ground because she won't sign a ticket. So,
Poor girl.
so what you think about that woman?
I've already said everything I
You
thought.
said everything you got to say.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
I
we
think we
won't.
did a lot of dissecting it while we were in the watching it, you guys. so.
Absolutely. So we
What
won't.
do y'all think, though? And if you know some of the laws or things like that, you from the A, share.
Indeed.
comment.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Hey, when the police is up on you like that, they are judge, jury, and executioner out in them streets. The only time you can really check their authority is when you do it in the court of law or when you do it with a lawyer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Try your hardest then.
That's the only way. What you don't want to be doing is litigating this case from the grave. That's what you don't want to be doing. You don't want to have to be out here like George Floyd. Not to say that any of these people did anything wrong, because I'm not 100% familiar with all the cases and all of that. But you don't want to be like that. So if there's anything you can do to get yourself home, get yourself home. Get home. Sign the ticket. It don't matter if the ticket's $200, $300, $400. It don't matter. Sign it. Sign it. Fight it. Simple as that. Is there anything else you want to add, baby?
No.
All right. This has been another episode of Evenly Yoked, and we appreciate you guys for watching. Peace.